Thank you. It's a huge honor for me to receive the award. When I got the call, I was very surprised. But since I represent Franchise Tax Board, and this award is not for me, but it's for FTB, I humbly accept it because, like we just discussed, it's a great organization. So I was born and raised in Sri Lanka, and I remember when I was very young, my father, who is a tax accountant, would compile and help indigent taxpayers with their tax returns. And I even remember sitting on his lap and compiling and completing tax returns when I was just 5 years old. And one of his key phrases he would minister to us and also to other taxpayers is, "Without a vision, the people perish." And so many years later, when I was mapping out my career, his words resonated in my ears about the vision and the people perishing. And so that drew me to public service. And I'm very, very grateful that I've had a great career in public service. It's not over yet. I have many more years to go, but I've enjoyed every bit of it. No, public service is universal back in Sri Lanka or here. The difference between, of course, is the language. In Sri Lanka, we speak, English is not our primary language, and that's the only difference between public service in Sri Lanka and public service here. So my father, when he was completing tax returns for the indigent taxpayers pro bono, and he would do this at our house, and we would see these lines of people standing outside our garden trying to get into our house to complete tax returns. And so I took that public service to a large extent and joined first the Board of Equalization, another tax department, and then later on Franchise Tax Board in completing, or compiling his vision for helping taxpayers. So most people hopefully pay taxes to the IRS. So what Franchise Tax Board is like the IRS of California. We are the second largest tax department in the nation, if not in the world. We are 6,000 people strong, 6,000 employees, and we have 11 field officers all over California, and 3 of them are in Chicago, in Manhattan, and in Houston. We also are known as a very robust collection agency. I don't know whether that's good or whether that's bad, but we are known as a very robust collection agency. So we collect, of course, back taxes, but apart from that, we collect for our sister departments such as DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles, and also for the court system. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Our goal is to be a paperless tax department. Now that means a lot. When we normally get about 30 million documents a year. So let me share with you some of the great things we've done at FTB in terms of technology. E-file numbers are really high. It's in the late 80s. 80% of people now e-file. We do a lot of web pay, direct deposits, even online installment payment agreements. They're all done online. Let me talk to you about a new and exciting project at FTB. It is our Enterprise Data to Revenue, or EDR project, or it's our next IT project. It's a 5-year project, and our goal is at the conclusion of the project to bring in $1 billion, B with the B, dollars extra to the general fund. So during the life of the project, we hope to bring in $4.7 billion and thereafter $1 billion every year. Some of the key features of this project is what's called the taxpayer folder. I'm very excited about the taxpayer folder. So it is like your bank account. You can log into your bank account and see all the movements, the debits, the credits in your bank account. So similarly, the taxpayer folder will showcase all that we have on you. So every taxpayer's information, your tax returns, the correspondence, everything will be in this taxpayer folder. So what we have on you is what you will see in the taxpayer folder. So stay tuned. It's a very, very exciting time for Franchise Tax Board. So at FTB, one of the greatest things, that we do is, we are a department of accountants. So we measure everything. So success to me is things that we can measure. So for example, is we bring in 60% of the state revenue into the general fund. Okay, so that is a quantifiable, measurable success tool for FTB. But there's also one part of it which we can't really measure, and that is the employment satisfaction. So we've done things like surveys to see, how satisfied are our employees. And we found out that, when you give them the tools, when you give them the training, when you give them opportunities, they are successful employees, they're satisfied employees, and that's the culture you saw when you walked into FTB today. So we do a lot of great things in training, such as we do mentorship programs. We pair the mentors with the mentees at different levels. We do things like job rotations. You can rotate at FTB. So when you may enter State Department or Franchise Tax Board as a student assistant when you're 18, 19. And you may leave your career when you're 55, 60, but between those years, you have an opportunity not just to stay in one place, but to rotate to different departments. And that's a great program that we offer at FTB, and one which people take advantage. So you see the entire how the operations run, but you are a change agent. You bring in change and you make changes in your new role. Another example I would share with you is like this week was it's a National Library Week, and so our HR, our Human Resources Department, opened up our library, invited people to come by and entice them with treats to see what we offer in our libraries. So from videos to CDs to great books on leadership, on training, on culture, on even just resumes. And we had hordes of people coming to coming to this section to learn more about employment development and how to be a good leader. So I think we have the great tools at FTB to be successful, but it all starts with having a great group of employees, which we are blessed to have at FTB. Absolutely, I would say that. Being in public service, if I had been in public service all throughout my career, I don't know whether I would have been as effective as I am now. So being in private practice, and I did a stint over in Sri Lanka working for the president as one of the president's council, and also working here in a corporation here, I saw the importance of doing more with less. I saw the importance of always streamlining all processes, and I saw the importance of production. It was all production-driven, production-oriented. So I brought some of those traits into state government and state service, and we are doing more with less. We have streamlined all our processes. We're being more efficient, and we're still doing that without increasing our paychecks. And how do you do that? You do that by motivating your employees and bringing out the excellence in them. I think I was instilled in giving back to the community as a child, and that has taken me all throughout my career. And also I see our employees, I see how they excel in the work they do. And tax department is not one of the best departments in terms of taxpayers. It's a department people love to hate. And so I see when angry taxpayers call or irate taxpayers call, I see our employees helping them out and giving them a great filing experience. So when I see that walking up and down the hallway, I see how much they do to help California and help this community. So it really instills and I think inspires me to be a better public servant. Yeah, I teach very sporadically, but I believe in giving 10% of my time to public service in a pro bono way. I have to confess that it doesn't happen all the time, but whenever I do find the time, I like to be part of boards and commissions and also help people with their pro bono legal work, which is not tax related. I would say education is key to success. And what I mean by education is not amassing degrees after degrees, but what I mean by education is learning as much as you can wherever you are. So, for example, I tell my younger employees that find a mentor at your workplace and learn from them. It will make you a better employee. Attend all the training sessions we offer you, webinars, read books on leadership, read books on whatever that interests you, so that will edify you and that will make you a better person. That is something I would always encourage people to do, is just education and learn wherever you are, in whatever station of life you are. You need to be a student. I would also say that the importance of also giving back I think it's very critical in your personal growth. So, for example, at FTB, we have all these great things we do. We do what's called a schools partnership, where we go to schools and help them judge debating teams and help encourage young students, in their roles as students. We do things like VITA program, that's a volunteer income tax assistance program, where our employees do help other indigent taxpayers file free. And we do that up and down the state. So we do a lot of things like United Way is one of the great things we do at FTB. We give a lot of our time, our money, our resources to help poorer taxpayers or poorer people who need those resources. We have a very robust food closet program where people bring in food and we donate to different charities. So I think it's important that as much as we get and as much as we are blessed, that we are able to give back to the community too.